once, empaths, you see, the narcissist, right, early on, when you were discarded or you had to cut them off, right, they're laughing at you, right? They're thinking, I've got them in pain, they're suffering. And, you know, they do have us for a little while. They have us for a little while, and you may still be in that moment, you know, where you're just beginning your healing journey, and you know, you've possibly reached out to them, tried to solve the problem, tried to fix things, you know, you're ruminating. That happens early on. But eventually, you hit a point when you realize that there's more chance of drawing blood from a stone than getting through to this numbskull of a narcissist, right? And the dynamics begin to shift. So as you start propelling forward and begin on your healing journey, like more into your healing journey, the narcissist begins to, you know, stand back and think, oh, they're not chasing me anymore. They're not pursuing me anymore. I'm not getting texts anymore. I'm not getting phone calls anymore. Hold on a minute, what's going on? They start scratching their head. And by the time before they've even realized, the empath has done the door slam. Now, the empath was that person that was reaching out to them, trying to solve the problem, trying to fix it, trying to repair it, rekindle the relationship, reconcile, all of that, all the listed things, right? Trying to reconcile the relationship, basically, right? And it's when an empath finally door slams, it's game over. Like, there's no coming back. There's no boy back through that door. If you're an empath and a chosen one, then I'm sure that once you've door slammed, it might have took you a couple months to get round to the door slam, but eventually when you hit that door slam, there's no chance for that narcissist to come back. And this is when we have the last laugh. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. Because we start to grow. We start to evolve. We start to do better. And I'm not just talking about relationship-wise, like we're rushing into new relationships. I'm talking about on our own. We start to do better. We start to embark on different journeys. We start to do different things. Meanwhile, the narcissist is dependent upon supply. So, you know, if they've gone to like a grade B supply and they've leveled with that, and then they've got the contrast in their mind of what you offered, you know, they're not satisfied. You know, they tried to glorify this in your face, trying to make you jealous, try to provoke all these tendencies within you of jealousy, of misery, and trying to make the pain a lot worse. But if you get over that and you door slam them and you have the last laugh, and the narcissist knows, you know, that there's no getting back in that door, you'll start to see hoover attempts. You'll see hoover attempts. You'll get little messages now and then of them. And this is, you got to understand, if you get even one hoover, right, it took a lot for the narcissist to drop their guard down to actually put themselves in a vulnerable position and reach out to you. Because for how long were you reaching out? For how long were you trying to solve things, right? How long were you trying to fix the relationship and reaching out to them and trying to repair it and rekindle the relationship, reconcile and all that? How long was you trying to do that? Exactly. And then now the narcissist wants to reach out with some mediocre text like, hi, how are you? Or reach out from a fake profile, or get friends of friends to kind of flying monkeys to come and start asking about you and stuff like that. So we always have the last laugh, you know. We always have the final discard. Right, we always have the final discard, because you've got to understand the narcissist wasn't serious. They wasn't serious when they cut you off. They wasn't serious. They just looked at you, they devalued you to such a point that they thought, I don't need them anymore. I don't need them. I can do better. There's greener pastures. Something's glittering over there. Let me go and investigate that. Let me cut them off, you know. But they didn't realize your value until afterwards. That's the whole thing that crushes the narcissist. And this is why we have the last laugh as well. Because our value shoots up in their eyes as soon as we do the door slam. As soon as we become something they can't have, you know. And they see us developing and becoming better without them. Evolving, healing. All of these things crush the narcissist to the core. So that's why I say, focus on your healing journey. Focus on getting better. Focus on doing better. Don't worry about them. If they've cut you off, don't worry about them. The moment that you say, I'm not going to let them back in my life, you've had the final discard. That's your closure. That's all you need. You don't need no closure from them. You don't need to hash it out with them. You don't need to know spoken words. If you've said to yourself and to God, I'm shutting this door. I'm shutting this door. There's no way this person can come back in my life. And the thing is, right, what always breaks a narcissist down as well is because they had the chance. They had the opportunities to talk with you. You see what I'm saying? They had the chance to reason with you and try and sort it out and reconcile. They had all of those opportunities, right? But they're missed opportunities now. That crushes them, having missed opportunities. Because they had you in that vulnerable space where they could have manipulated you to get you anything they wanted from you. We was just being genuine people, honest people, true people, right? And trying to reconcile with our loved one or our spouse, our husband, wife, whatever it is, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. We was trying to reconcile like what a normal functioning human being would do, right? In that scenario, because obviously they painted a picture to us that we done wrong, that we've made mistakes, so we was trying to amend those mistakes, and we was listening and reciprocating what they were saying to us. We was reciprocating what they were saying, even though it was garbage what they were feeding us, right? It was garbage what they were feeding us, right? Don't believe none of it for a second, right? All of those little things that they told you done wrong. I need to clear this up before I carry on. All of those little things that they told you done wrong, and you should have done this, and you didn't do this, and you didn't do that. All of that was just a mess with your head, right? They know you're the best thing that they've ever had. They just devalued you to such a point when they began to look at you with disregard. They began to feel like, I can do better. Their ego is blown out of all proportion. They devalued you, and they just chucked a whole mixture, a myriad of things at you, right? Just so you can't heal, so you start ruminating about all of the things to fix. And, so that's why when you was reaching out trying to fix things, and you was trying to, reason with them and reconcile and trying to get a chance just to speak and stuff like that, they wasn't interested because they knew it was based on bullshit, right? There was no problem to fix. They knew you as a fixer. They knew you as a problem solver. They've worked you out. They scanned you throughout the relationship. They've done shit tests throughout the relationship. They knew you'd try and fix problems. They knew that's what your character was like. As an empath and a chosen one, you like to fix things. You like to repair things. And I'm not just talking about material things. I'm talking about spiritual and physical things. You like to repair things. You like to heal wounds. Some of us are like savior empaths, right? We like to repair and heal things, So they knew that you'll do that. So that's why I don't believe any of that stuff that they told you in the last speaking moments about what was wrong with the relationship. They just devalued you. That's all it was. They devalued you to the point, and they wanted you gone. So they said anything and anything just to mess with your head. But now, going back to what I'm saying about this video, the moment that you door slam them, the moment that you shut that door, the moment that you shut them out your life, the moment that you trust me, you signify spiritually, in the spiritual realm, you signify spiritually, they'll be aware of it, even without spoken words. You will signify a reaction from them just by you spiritually changing the dynamics and shutting the door. They'll be aware. They'll feel a shift. Remember, it's all based on soul ties. So the moment that you shut that door and sever that soul tie, right, and you cleanse yourself and you do your healings and you do all of them things, right, and you start practicing self-love and you start doing all of that and you start evolving, you're going to see them creep out of the bush. You're going to see them come out of the tree. You're going to see them pop out. They're just going to pop out. Obviously not out of a tree or a bush. I like to say that because they are them that is the type of breed that they are. They float around bushes and trees. But they will pop out with a message, a hoover. They're going to pop out. So focus on your healing. And what I say to you is, some of you in the comment section are saying, Zion, I haven't had my hoover yet. It's been 4 months. listen, I had a hoover after 4 years. Don't wait on the hoover. You've got to understand that even if they're with a new supply, this new supply doesn't equate to you. If you think to yourself for a second, oh, the new supply is, they're with a new supply, oh, so they're happy now, they don't need to think about me. Basically, you're putting yourself lower, when realistically in real life they're dealing with a grade B supply and you're a grade A supply. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't put yourself lower than someone else, right? And it's not narcissistic for me to say that. It's just after relationships with chosen ones and empaths, narcissists make bad decisions, and they often fall into the hands of manipulators themselves. They'll fall into narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths. They're not getting the same potent supply that they had from you, all right? So just use the door slam, shut the door final. And what I'm trying to say is, if you're shutting that door final, you don't care if they hoover you or not. You just shouldn't care if they hoover you or not. You know? I got way past that. I didn't even think they would hoover me. It come when I least expect it. Got a hoover after 4 years. Why are you even contacting me after 4 years, you bloody weirdo? You know what I'm saying? Like, so much has happened in my life since then. Like, get the hell away from me, right? And I'm glad they never done it sooner, because I was more vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they never even... Actually, to be honest, let me paraphrase this again. I mentioned in one of my other videos, I guarantee there's things that they done early on to you lot, like text messages. They might have even been saying nasty things. They might have been communicating with you after the breakup. They were hoovers. That's what I'm trying to say. You've possibly already had some hoovers already. I'm not saying it's the last of them, but you've possibly already had them early on, because there was many times early on in my relationship where they were doing subtle little things where I didn't realize they were hoovering me, but they were checking my temperament, you know, and I was failing at every flag, right? I was failing at every post, right, in the way that I was responding. But I don't want you to make them same mistake. So if it's fresh and they're reaching out with these little, just cut them off, tell them to go away, shut the door. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way they can knock it into their thick-headed skull about your importance, is by you shutting that door and then finally realizing your value. That's the only way they finally realize it. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you would like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I have the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. If you want to check that out, the link for that channel is also in the description box. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.